Welcome to Fun Guy's Kitchen. A couple things. First things first, the apron has shown up. Look, it says, I'm a Fun Guy's foodie at Fun Guy's Kitchen. So, if you want a chance to win this cool red apron, all you have to do is comment on any of the shows. I'm a Fun Guy's foodie, I want an apron. Pretty simple, right? So then got a chance to win one of these. We'll do this probably at the end of the year, New Year's Eve, whatever, somewhere around there. That gives people a chance to do this. The other thing is, I know there were two things. I'm having a brain fart. It's irrelevant. You know me. Sometimes I get a little bit addled. This is another one of these fast cooking shows. Seems people do like the short ones. So what I did was I took chuck steaks. I have 4 of them in here. They're very thin. We are going to broil these. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn the broil on first. So you push broil, and start. Put it on high. You want this to come completely up to temperature before you put the pan in there. So let me explain the steaks one more time. What I did was yesterday I took a 1 gallon Ziploc bag and I poured teriyaki marinade in the bag. Dropped my first steak in, covered it with the marinade, second steak marinade, third steak marinade, fourth steak marinade, and put it in the refrigerator, turning it a couple times during the evening, and then today I turned it a couple times during the afternoon. So these steaks have been marinating in teriyaki marinade for 28 hours, somewhere right around there. So they're going to be really good. You don't have to do any other seasonings. That's the awesome thing about a marinade. You put it in the bag, set it, forget about it. If you're doing thicker steaks, you can get these as thick as 1 inch thick. I would not recommend it. It's not like this is a T-bone or a porterhouse or a New York strip. This is chuck steak. It's kind of a fattier steak. Thinner is better because you want to cook it really fast on the outside and keep it medium rare, medium at the most on the inside. So while this is heating up, the first thing you want to do is make sure you have a broiler pan. You're going to do spray. Olive oil is what I like. You use any kind of spray on it, non-stick spray. The thing is, because of how fast these are cooking, you don't want the bottom to get all sticky with burned on stuff. So you also spray the bottom of the pan so that when the drippings come through, it doesn't make it so it's impossible to clean. Then of course, spray your top. Pretty simple, right? Now you can lay out your steaks. Since I have 4 of them, most people, family of 4, this would work. Oops. Pull out all of them at one time, otherwise they're just going to tear because of the way that they're cut. Put all 4 in the pan. Okay, pretty simple. That's all there is to it. So they're sitting here ready to go. Let me wash my hands here real quick. Okay. It's going to take a good 5 to 10 minutes to get the broiler up, the temperature up to heat in the oven. The broiler starts right away. I mean, within a minute it's already broiling. But you want the temperature of the oven also to be hot. So minimum 5 minutes. Let it preheat 5 minutes. There's no preheat and broil. Do it in your head, set a timer. I'm just going to do it in my head on this. What I'm also going to do with this particular meal, since you're doing a teriyaki steak, teriyaki side dishes are awesome. So I'm going to do the teriyaki noodles. You might remember the one recipe I did, the teriyaki rice. We're going to do noodles on this one. This is going to work. 1 package is all you need. Follow the directions. It takes roughly 8 minutes to make a package of rice. It's going to take about 10 minutes to cook this. You're going to do 3 minutes, turn it 3 minutes, shut it off, leave the steaks in the oven for 3 more minutes, and they're done when they're this thin. It's going to be fast, very, very fast. I'm also going to do creamed peas. I might do a show that as one of my shows one of these times. But today's show, of course, is these chuck steaks, teriyaki chuck steaks. Broiled teriyaki chuck steaks. Okay? So, literally, wait to 5 minutes, pop this in there, put this right on the top shelf, right under the broiler. Set your timer for 3 minutes, which I'll do now, so that we don't forget. Okay. When the timer goes off, pull it out, turn them, put it back in 3 more minutes. Kill the heat. Just completely kill the heat. Set the timer for 3 more minutes. Pull it out. Check your temperatures. We've done the discussion on the meat temperatures. You could always look it up because everybody forgets anyway. So just keep your chart handy so you know what temperature you want for your steak. Because these are so thin. I'm going to say that these are only, they look like they're less than 1/2 inch. So they're going to cook really fast. All right. So that's how simple this is. We'll come back in just a few minutes. All right. The timer is about ready to go off. So we'll just hit stop. Pull it out of the broiler here. Looks like I wasn't long enough on letting the oven heat up. It's not quite as done as it should be, but we're still gonna flip it. The object is to braise the outside from the broiler of the meat, keeping the inside soft and tender. So we'll put this back in here. I just realized part of the problem is my shelf was 1 shelf too low. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the timer down to 3 minutes and 30 seconds to make up for that extra spot. So remember, when you're broiling, bring your rack up to the top rack so the broiling pan is right underneath the flames. That was my mistake. I didn't pay attention to that earlier. Things you learn. All right, here we go. 3 minutes and 30 seconds. We're just going to turn the oven off. Set the timer for 4 minutes, or 3 minutes, sorry, for 3 minutes, and then we'll come back and show you what it looks like. All right, Fungui's foodies, we're about ready to pull this out. Timer just went off, but I'm going to leave it sit for another minute or so because the shelf was a little low, so I'm a little bit behind on that. Once again, I want to show you guys the cool apron that you got a chance to win. As you can see, it fits even somebody my size, so it'll work for anybody. It says, I'm a Fungui's foodie at Fungui's Kitchen, which of course, if you're checking this out on Facebook, you know that's our Facebook page for the show. So, all right, I got my side dishes all done already, the teriyaki noodles and the creamy peas. So let's pull this out of the oven and see what it looks like. Oh yeah, see, that looks really awesome. The broiler gave you that nice little crisp edge on the outside. You just, with how thin this is, I'm sure this is cooked enough. Yep, temperature's good. So it's very simple. Since you did the marinade overnight, you don't have to season it. I mean, it's going to be fantastic. You mix it with the teriyaki noodles and then a vegetable. You can use any vegetable. I just chose the cream peas. Haven't had that in a while. So this is all there is to it. So remember, comment on any of the shows. I'm a Fungui's foodie. I want to win the apron, or just I want to win. That's all you really need to do. And of course, please share this with other people. I noticed that we've had a big drop off of views during the holidays, probably because everybody was doing turkey and stuff like that. But we need to get the views back up. Our other show, What Happened to the World Today, our podcast is blowing up. We're getting like 200-300 listeners on our podcast. But I don't think a podcast works on a cooking show because people want to see what the stuff looks like. I might do that, and in the future. We'll see what happens. But remember, like, subscribe, share, pass it on to all your friends. And I look forward to cooking some, I'm going to be doing some more baking because now that we're coming into December, we're going to have opportunity to make holiday cookies and all sorts of fun stuff like that. So thanks again for coming to my kitchen. I'm Funguy The Entertainer, cooking for you.